I watched The Old Guard too. That's right, and we're reviewing it, starring Charlize Theron. This is based on a comic series, which is very good if you ever get a chance to check it out. But this had a movie that came out in 2020. It was a surprise for me because 2020 was filled with a lot of terrible movies. We all know why. The industry was slammed just like everybody else with COVID and everything. So when I saw this on Netflix, I was not optimistic. I was like, all right, this year is not doing great for movies, and it's going to be a problem. So we'll see what happens. And I was very pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed The Old Guard. I liked that movie a lot, and I was actually really looking forward to a sequel. Now, the reason I think I like The Old Guard is I've always been very partial to sort of these team-up TV shows and movies where like the team really works in sync. It doesn't work without a team there. You get it in such great shows, like The Librarians just came back. That's always been a popular show with the team atmosphere. Then, of course, you can go back to like The A-Team, which is one of my favorites, stuff like that. I love when the teams get together. They have their shared mission, and they're all like, it's like a family, whether good or bad. I think that works. And except for Justice League, that was bad. That one didn't. But anyway, I watched The Old Guard, and I have to say, this one was a good follow-up. I clearly see what they're doing here. They're setting up for more. They're building a franchise off of this because the first one was so good. I did not dislike this one. It's action-packed. It has a lot of great choreography, and it's stunts. There's so much great stuff going on in this, and it's a cool, intriguing story. Uma Thurman's here this time around. She plays the antagonist, and she goes and she digs up another immortal whom I'm sorry, her name in the movie is Anna. No, I'm sorry. Her name is Andy. That's a problem. No, her name is Andy. They flip back and forth from like her medieval name, their name in the past, and I can't remember that one. So Andy has an ex, somebody that she loved who was immortal, who got taken and put at the bottom of the sea in an Iron Maiden. It's pretty wicked. I can't even imagine, but they did that on Angel, so it's not original. So we watch Andy finally find out that her love is back, brought back by Uma Thurman, who is the first immortal soldier. She is the one that kind of birthed all the immortals. And now Niall, who is coming back in this as the last immortal and the one who took Andy's immortality away, it starts stretching and starts going on. Now, why am I explaining all this? Because they're setting up a franchise, and you're going to need to know all this from the first one because this ends on a cliffhanger. I am not a fan of ending movies on a cliffhanger. I don't mind if you have an epilogue that kind of builds towards something. And I don't even mind if you have a trilogy like Empire Strikes Back ends on a cliffhanger, stuff like that. But to me, that's what brings down. That's what always strikes some points from movies, is because it should be a movie that can stand on its own. Now, I get it, it's a sequel, but this movie should still be able to stand on its own. Have a connection to the first one, maybe even continue some of the themes, but it's got to be able to stand on its own, beginning, middle, and end. This shouldn't have come to a point where they were building towards another movie, unless you're telling us. And that's honestly, regardless of if you're planning more than one movie at a time, I've never been a fan of that. Back to the Future is my favorite trilogy, so I don't know what that tells you, but I've never been a huge fan of filming back to back to back and then just kind of cliffhangering into it. Lord of the Rings, I'll accept, but each one of those movies ends. It's a beginning, middle, and end of those movies. It just has those little epilogues. So they sort of do it right, and I wish they did that with The Old Guard too. This is based on comics. You could have had the cliffhanger you have at the end, which I'm not going to give away now, but it takes away from the enjoyment of the movie. It takes away from us giving us a solid ending and resolution to what we're looking at. Now we have to wait to come back for Netflix. And honestly, just to end off this review, that always feels more like a cash grab than an artistic choice. So when it comes to The Old Guard 2, I liked it. Again, I enjoyed a lot. I enjoy the actors that are in it. It's filled with great faces that are doing a great job with the action. Story's a little thin. It could have been better if they had focused on a story like they did in the first one, but they didn't. And plus, I guess expanding it into a cliffhanger really leaves that hole. So I give it a 2.5 out of 5. This wasn't one of my favorites, but I did like it. I'll probably check them out again, and especially when a third one comes out to kind of resolve all that. So that's my review of The Old Guard.